good?
He's a silly man, guys. Silly. Thank you all for tailgating and being here. Well, not really tailgating because we were late, as usual. It's a work in progress. I know we changed our time to 5 for the purpose of trying to be on time, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, what have I said? Eternal, was it eternal amateurs? Forever?
Oh yeah, definitely we'll always be amateurs. I can't even talk today. It's been a day. Thank you so much, McD, for being here, as well as Werewolf by Lunchtime. Jeff, good seeing you again as well. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Married with Issues, where we work through our issues one panel at a time.
Yeah, it says Married with Issues Live, issue 71. If you're listening to this later on podcast format, you can catch our shows every Saturday at 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, but it's best to probably about a few minutes after that.
5 to 10 minutes after that. I didn't quite faint. I didn't quite faint, but I did start shaking really bad, and I had to remember to breathe. I had an attack.
Yeah, I was definitely a little worried again.
Yeah, there's nothing to be worried about. It's meds for the past 10 years. They make me shake more than usual when I like get emotional or think.
Well,
I don't know, it's weird.
It's not every day that you have one of your favorite comic book artists.
Right? Exactly. Like, he's like a celebrity.
You know, like shouting you out and hanging out on, some of your friends' shows. And
that's what I love about comics. It's so interactive, and it's you get to like meet these creators, these writers, these artists, and it's just incredible. It's beyond amazing.
It really is.
It really is. And getting to know everyone, like, I am so thankful for the community. You have that music loud. It's distracting me.
I know. I just noticed it there. Sorry about that. If it was, too loud.
Yes, I do have big news.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into. I mean, we might as well, start with that. That was pretty awesome. So, Jim Ballant was on Varangian Vigilantes and Jeff's show. Jeff Comic 813 show. And, I mean, we just barely got back from our LCS.
Because we went for our hunt, and I got a big stack this time.
Yeah, we had a really
I got a bigger stack than him.
Yeah, we had a really good hunt that we'll get to here.
Yeah, and it was like Redis, because I remember Jeff had sent me the message on Instagram the other day that he was going to be on, and then when we got back from the comic book store and we're getting just kind of settled down, I noticed it when he sent me the other message, so I went straight to it, and then I made it. It was near the end, so I got to catch the first half, majority of it on replay, but...
Yeah, we're still going to have to watch, the beginning and then catch the rest of it after. On replay.
My phone wasn't even on silent. Jesus, I am forever an amateur. Yeah. My goodness gracious. But yeah, so then...
What?
So you guys want to hear a funny story? So while I was having my attack after Jim Ballant had asked if I would want to be in his broadsword...
like the broadsword girl?
Yeah, the broadsword girls. I can't even talk. Like, it's still broadsword. I can't function, guys. I can't. I am just too far gone. I'm a lost cause. Definitely a lost cause. But hey Andy, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Yo,
good
Andy,
to see you as well.
brother.
So let's try this one more time. He had offered to have me be a broadsword girl. And I don't have a sword, so I'm going to have to find one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think my brother-in-law might have one. I'm not sure.
Well, it's crazy because back in the day, I mean, me and one of my buddies kind of got into collecting, medieval weaponry, and we kind of had a ton of swords and battle axes and maces, but I don't have many more.
Yeah. However, the funny story, though, is that, when he had offered it, and I was having my attack, remember to breathe. Oh my goodness, is this happening? Is this real life? What is going on? What is this madness? I turned to him and I was like, technology these days. I just had somebody talk to me on a video on my phone, and through a show type thing, and it took a second, but then it registered to like 10 years ago, because I had said something along the lines that is like, God, if this was 10 years ago, I probably would have been committed for the second time or third time. But I don't know how many of you are aware. Hey Rod, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. But I am a schizophrenic, and so like 10 years ago, I was going through my second or first episode, and was convinced that Oprah was talking to me through the TV, and it was her and Ashton Kutcher, and my mom and sister couldn't get me out of the house to get me to the hospital to go up to the university. But the way that they convinced is that because Oprah talked to me, because Oprah and Ashton Kutcher talked to me through the TV, that they were going to meet me at the hospital, and that was the only way they were able to actually get me to leave. So it's like when he had said that over, when we were watching it, I was like, God, if this was 10 years ago, it'd be a completely different story. You'd think I was off my meds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing for a good 20 minutes, but
yeah, you were cutting up.
And I still can't, because it's just I remember those days somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat, right? Yo, yeah, we got Varangian Vigilante as well.
Thanks
Super
for joining us.
Rod.
Good to see you.
Yeah, everybody's dropping in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Indeed, as we just do our usual scatterbrained self.
Oh,
yeah.
Like yeah, this
Avengers
is your first
Assemble.
time checking out Married with Issues live. Yeah, it's kind of keeps you on your toes, bouncing around all over the place.
I thought you had noticed that I was doing Avengers Assemble and Nerds Unite. I thought you.
I didn't even catch that. Like, I mean,
I don't know how we're still alive. We can carry on like two different conversations at a time and just like understand each other in a weird way.
I still need to.
Hey Russ, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
I still need to kind of do a little bit of editing and stuff, so I can try and get that little clip up. Cause yeah, you were. I didn't know. I didn't notice half the stuff you were doing.
Yeah, I posted it to Facebook because Mr. Gretzky sent us an AOK Thursday that we got, and then we opened it Thursday. But no, so this week I got a big haul.
Yeah, so let's get into the his and her hunt.
I ended up with more books than he did, and the majority of mine are like old books.
Yeah, so the his and her hunt. Yeah, this is pretty much a weekly thing. You know, we go to our LCS with the pretty much we come up with a budget, split it right down the middle, and yeah, kind of see what we come up with. I mean, and it's always normally like a mixture of both, you know, like of new books of what we're reading and
mine's kind of
back issues of what we kind of pick up too.
Yeah, mine's mostly old books, but I remembered a few new books like this one. I still need to catch up on, but I'm not too far behind. I think I'm only about 2 issues behind. This might be the 3rd issue that I'm behind, but I really love Books of Magic and the Sandman universe. You guys know I love Neil Gaiman. He's incredible, an amazing writer. So I had to pick up Books of Magic 23. This is actually one of, like, it's hard to narrow down my favorites when it comes to the Sandman universe, because I really like Lucifer, Books of Magic, The Dreaming and Books of Magic, I would say, are probably my 2 favorite out of the whole universe. That thing, so I had to get that one. I know you big Jim fan, I had to mention it. Yeah, I was like taken by, because he actually wished me a happy birthday on Facebook back in April, and I was like, oh my god, and I still have it saved as like a screenshot, like he sent me happy birthday. And yeah, I've been following him on Instagram for a long time now, and it's like,
well, because you
so crazy.
Yeah, you've even like DM'd like private DMs and stuff quite a bit. And yeah, it's
I don't blame you buying modern books anymore. I the only modern books I'm getting are the ones that I enjoy reading, and if the story's not being up to par, then I just drop the title and don't get them, because I've been getting a lot more back issues.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, our back issues has been stepping up, and I've noticed even my interest in some of the newer stories, like some of the ones that aren't, you know, knocking your socks off, for the lack of a better term. You know, like Daredevil. Daredevil has been our favorite series going for quite a while now.
Yeah, which is this one.
Speaking of which.
Is next is Daredevil 22. I am so excited to read this. Daredevil has been so good. But no, what I was going to say was I was going to continue on to what you were saying with direct messages and everything, and loving Instagram, as I found out that he pronounces it differently than what I thought it was. I always thought it was Balin.
Yeah, Balin is the way I always pronounce it. But I noticed on the Jeff and Berengian's stream, he was saying Balin.
Yeah, he's saying Balin, and then because even with David Avalone,
I know. Yeah, we always said David Avalone.
I always thought it was Avalone, and he's a great writer too and creator. It's incredible. Hey Matt, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. So,
yo, brother.
Hey, Stay Puff, Sean. Thanks for joining us. Good to be here.
Puff in there.
But that's what I love about comics in the communities. It's like you get to meet the creators and the writers and artists themselves, and it's just like it's so awesome. Like it's incredible.
Especially with social media, and you know what's crazy, especially with this pandemic.
Everybody's going live.
You know, with a lot of the virtual meeting now, and especially with like StreamYard and you know, and some of the programs that we use to, you know, to do our shows and stuff, it's similar to what they're using now, you know. Mm-hmm. So like even people who normally wouldn't have done it, like some certain creators, you know, like now, you know, and then you get awesome creators like Jim Ballant, who obviously loves his fans and loves interacting with his fans, and will do shows, you know, with pretty much anybody. He does
free signatures on all of his books. He just does
free
signatures. He's just a really cool guy. And I actually like how he changed his profile picture on Facebook, and it was Jim Bat.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Yeah, he did it back on Batman Day, I think.
But I will definitely catch the replay because we had just gotten back from the LCS, and I'm glad I was able to at least catch the last half of it. So, last little bit of it. But I'm definitely gonna catch the replay.
Yeah, like Werewolf by Lunchtime says, best community ever. Maybe I'm biased.
For real though, and like even on Stay Post show. So with Bear Island, I cannot wait to see what he has created and what he's been working on for the past 6 months. I am so excited to see how that turns out. Like that.
It sounds like such an awesome idea.
The name is ironic in a way. It is irony in itself, but you gotta find your laugh, and I think it's kind of the very fitting name for it to be. Of what Bear Island has created, so I can't wait to see it.
I know.
The last con.
Yeah, the last con. I think is what he said. It's called.
Yeah, it was the last con. So be on the lookout.
What I don't think I heard him say though is did you hear him say anything about like if he's done or how close to being done? It didn't seem like he was done.
From what I recall, he was working on the last day. He was working on editing the last day of it, of like all of the footage that he had from it, and what he's created.
Said he's been working on the last 6 months,
which is why he hasn't been doing any new videos or content.
Right.
But he's also been going back and redoing some interviews and setting it up as like a documentary style, and I am super stoked for it.
That's such an awesome idea.
It really is, and I agree with you, Vigin. I can never pronounce your name, Vigilante. I can say Vigilante, but I can't say the first half. Jim and Holly are the best, kindest people in the comic industry. I believe it. And there's good, and there's definitely really good ones, and some not so good. But it's like the good ones make it all worth it. Like,
oh yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, and it's definitely worth mentioning too the work that those two did on the. Red Sonja and Vampirella. Yeah, those.
And
wow.
Gorgeous. So beautiful.
Yeah, I know, that's what I told you. What I've loved about Ballant's more modern work is you still see that same like kind of structure and like anatomy and form and of all of the classic, you know, like 90s Catwoman stuff and everything that we fell in love with. But with the modern techniques now and stuff, you see it's got like a more realistic look. It's not as illustrated. That's
true.
And
speaking of, I updated that display, so I got my Jim Ballant. I am still gonna say it the way I always said it because I can't pronounce words. But I actually have 3 copies of that book, and all 3 of them are in display at different parts of the house.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
I have the one out there and the one in here, and then I have another one in there. So. What can I say? I'm a Catwoman.
So I gotta start it with this one.
Yes, you do.
So this is one that I was really loving it, but it's one of the ones that I had been starting to worry and wonder about.
Yeah, I know, because I still need to get Family Tree 6.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for I have Family Tree 7 and 8 in the hold, but I haven't gotten 6, and I don't want to get the 7 and 8 until I have 6.
But so this is its first issue since comics started being produced again.
Yes. Or, yeah, released? Is produced the right word? Released?
Yeah, because
Published?
published. Yeah, that's probably even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember they weren't even being printed or anything.
Mm. I am so thankful I went to the comic book store that time because
And
like we had
I love this
actually
cover.
we hadn't been going to the comic book store for a couple months by the time that first issue came out, that it gotten to the point that you were playing Destiny all the time, and I'm like, I got books I want to go pick up and read. So I ended up venturing out to the comic book store for like the first time all by my lonesome, and I picked up the majority of just my books and a few things for him. And the first issue of that series, Doctor Doom, was one of them, and you guys should have seen the look on his face when I was like, I got a surprise for you. You got to see this. And yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know it was
dropped.
coming out.
Yeah. It is
like,
good.
Like back then.
And then this one, I'm actually really glad. We almost forgot to grab this one, and they only had 2 left. So I'm really happy I saw it and got it. It was the facsimile to Iron Man. I love these facsimiles, and I do not know how they haven't done a Tech 27 facsimile or a More Fun Comics. Like,
I mean, you kind of have to wonder.
It's a missed opportunity.
I mean, you kind of have to wonder though if they kind of hold off on doing a lot of like reprints or facsimiles to books like that to kind of preserve the.
Well, in a sense, but you could still make the facsimiles limited to where there's not as many of them, so that they're still just as scarce.
Yeah.
Like, for those who want profit and.
Well, no, I just mean just to preserve like the market, you know, or like the just the legacy.
Oh, I believe you are getting it in a 9.8.
Right.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm
so rude.
Don't doubt it.
I am so rude. But no, so that actually, we didn't realize this was a wraparound cover, and we got Iron Man #1 too. So I just wanted to show that one right after showing the facsimile because it's a new #1, and because I do have more books than you.
Yeah, I think that one came out actually like the week before.
I think it did.
Our LCS hadn't got it in for.
Yeah, it's a
whatever
really
reason.
awesome wraparound cover.
Yeah, it is a wraparound.
Right. It is really awesome. I can't wait to read that one. So I just thought I would show that.
All right, yeah. So I kind of before on the His and Her Hunt, I kind of try and separate like new books from back issues or old books.
Right.
But I'm just winging it this time. So.
I know mine are kind of all set with like new books, but I might have to wait a second on that one.
So Mr. Garrett will like this one. Here's Strange Tales 188. This is actually the final issue of the first series.
Yes.
Of Strange Tales. And in what it actually reprints Strange Tales 140, which was like a Steve Ditko script, Stan Lee dialogue, Steve Ditko interior art, and then you got this Gene Colan cover.
I totally agree with you, McD.
Baron Mordo.
As well, I totally agree that the facsimiles are the only way I'm gonna own some of these books.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like I get like Tech 27 and all these other ones are wanting to protect the market, but at the same time it's like I know there's not a chance in hell I'm ever gonna own that book. So it'd be awesome if they were to do just the facsimile of that one.
Well, yeah, I mean most people aren't gonna own that book, like.
That's true.
I mean, you get into Action 1 territory, you start getting up in the millions.
And facsimiles are
high grade.
Better than True Believers and the other ones that they do, because like with the facsimiles, it still has the same ads, it's just completely reprinted, and I love how it has that. Whereas True Believers actually kind of alters it and changes the cover, and then does like how you're getting the actual book that it was.
Yeah, they started changing up the trade dresses a lot more. Because I remember some older True Believers where they were a lot more direct recreations. I mean, it still had like the True Believers on the top, but.
I remember though when facsimiles started coming out, I was like, okay, but how in the hell can you tell that it's a facsimile or not? Like, what is the difference? And then it took some time, but we did finally discover that it was just the price tag.
Just the price, yeah.
It was just the price on the book, and it just I want it.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously they're usually doing books that are older, So, you know, it's going to have that 10, 12, 15 center.
I want to do that too, because there's quite a few books that we have wraparounds. The one I did just the other day on Instagram was Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Punisher, and it was like a double fold, trifold out like wraparound cover. Oh God, what was the name of it? It was Darkness.
Was
something.
it like love? No.
I can't think of it, but
I have it on my stack back there because I still need to read it because you read it.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. It was Hearts of Darkness.
Oh, that's right.
It was a good read. If you haven't read it, you should. I like to jump the gun and get ahead of myself.
Oh yeah, Pro McD, bring us a facsimile Batman #1. Yeah, that's not to say
Right?
I wouldn't get one for sure. Like, yeah,
Exactly,
of course I would get one.
Well, see, and like Green Arrow, share the same book as Aquaman for their first appearance.
Yeah, in those
And
in
it's
those
a
more
more-
yeah,
yeah.
those more fun books from the 40s and
Honestly, if I could start collecting more fun books, I totally would. But they're like so hard
All
to
of
find
them,
and
I
so
know.
just like
all of them are so pricey.
yeah. This one though is really beautiful. I'm really glad that we got it. It is the variant by Scott Campbell. So
Oh yeah,
I love this
so
one.
last week we didn't get our 1027 books. But
Yeah.
so we picked them up this week.
And you want to know something unfortunate? We were hanging out, just talking and looking up the covers to these. There was a red Virgin variant of Attack 1027, and it is super limited to one comic book store. And I was just heartbroken when I found that because out of all the covers that we looked at, that was like the one that was the best, hands down my favorite, because it had like
Yeah.
it had Batman in the center, and then it had like Catwoman and Harley Quinn, and like the background was like
Yeah.
red and black,
Well,
and it was like kind of shadow. Like,
It was actually
beautiful.
a set
Yeah,
to where one of them was black and blue, and it was
Yeah.
Batman with like Batgirl and Batwoman, I think.
exactly. Yeah, and then the other one was red with Catwoman and,
And Harley.
Ivy or
Or was it Harley?
Harley. I think it was Harley.
I think
Yeah,
it was Harley.
Yeah, it was Harley.
Yeah.
And it was so stunning. I wish I could find that variant, but I'll settle for this one because this one's
and-
still pretty wicked
Oh
cool.
yeah, let me find
I
the
mean,
one,
like,
the other one. So
The
this is-
details on this one are still just so incredible that it's like I'm still happy with this one. But yeah, it was super limited. I'm like, no, why must you be
but-
that limited?
I think this is a nice consolation, though. I am
Yes.
stoked that we were able to get this one.
That one I am super stoked on for. I love the black and red on that. And Batwoman, it looks so good.
Yeah, I got the art germ one here.
Yeah, some of those see-through boards are really awesome. Like, I would want those. They would be perfect for the wraparound covers.
I know. So the same. So there's a company that makes those clear backer boards, and they're like mass thick. They're like super
Yeah.
thick, and then they also make fullbacks that are actually 12 points bigger than fullbacks. So I'm kind of curious to try. I kind of want to try those boards too.
I kind of want to get like halfbacks or fullbacks or whatever they're called because I like the thicker boards for my books. Like it's sturdier and
Yeah.
safer for the book itself. Yeah, I agree. That Tech 27 is pretty thick. And then so then all the rest of what I have is like older stuff that I got. This one I actually got last week. I showed last week as well. But I got the 2, 3, and 4 of it, so I figured I'd show the first one again. It's the West Coast Avengers #1 in the 4-issue mini. Oh, look at that. Avengers Assemble.
Nerds.
Unite. Rock all night. No,
Yo,
yeah,
we
so
got Huda. What up,
this
buddy?
one I was gonna do as a floating head cover Friday, but then Friday had been so chaotic and so busy from like the second I got up, and it was busy, so I didn't get the chance to do it. But see so that one was the one we got last time, and then here is 2 of that same issue miniseries. Because when I found these, they had all 4 of them together, and so these things just one after another. I'm going for it.
Yeah, on those minis, yeah, I'd show 'em all.
I really love this cover though too. This cover is awesome, and it's number 3 of the 4-issue mini. And one thing I have realized, or I've kind of realized today, is that you know how some people will collect certain things, like even for Matt in the Boy at 7, the 9.8 slabs or reflection covers I've heard before and things like that. My weakness is really miniseries. If I find something that is like a 1 in 6, so 1 in 4, a 1 in 12, if it's any kind of miniseries, if it's together, I have a really hard time not buying it, because I love the idea of miniseries, and it's just, I've realized a lot of my books are miniseries. Like I have the Catwoman, the Green Arrow, now West Coast Avengers, and I really like the limited miniseries that they do. And so if I find all of them together, I get all of them. So that one was 4. So this is the last one in the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, we've kind of been killing those older limiteds. I mean, I had found that Hawkeye 1 through 4.
Yeah.
You got that West Coast Avengers 1 through 4. And then have you...
That Hawkeye that is similar to that one green guy dude.
Yeah, I don't know who that green guy is, though.
He must be from out of town. I think his name's Ollie.
There's a Cap 23. So...
That cover is so pretty. I love it.
Yeah, so the singles of this run now, I just buy the singles as kind of cover buys, and we've been reading it in trade, but the Ta-Nehisi Coates run, it's been really good.
I said hey to say hi to Houdat, and then I didn't say Houdat, so I just was like, hey. And I meant to say hey, Houdat. Houdat.
Yeah, I said what up to Houdat, and then I saw, where did he go? Aggressively Relaxing as well.
Do it like a wrestling, like let's get ready to rumble, where it's like nerds assemble, like the power, and then it goes into like the Power Rangers, and you're like, I'm an overgrown child, guys.
Did you show this one?
No, but I put it in your stack because you had less than me.
Oh, that's right. I know this one we almost missed because it didn't look like kind of the regular covers before.
On that one, I still need to read the first issue.
So yeah, there's Spider-Woman 4. I think I've only read the first one so far, and I might have to reread it when I get into reading the rest too. I mean, I remember it wasn't like bad. Like I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. So I mean, we usually do the like 3-issue rule. Yeah. Have like a new series or something that we're not too sure about, but we'll give it 3 issues.
I usually kind of like doing that because then we know by then if it's worth continuing to get.
Yeah. This one I've heard a lot of good stuff about, but I haven't started it yet. So there's Bounty Hunter Spy, Star Wars.
Oh, holy cow, that is so awesome. You bought a Catwoman 51 Raw from my comic shop. They graded it at a 9.0. I sent it to CGC and it came back a 9.8.
Nice.
That is some beautiful luck. Oh my goodness. Because I've heard horror stories of people who have cracked open a book to get it pressed and cleaned, and then they send it in to get regraded, and it came back lower than what it was before they broke it out of the first slab that it was in.
Right.
And it was like, horror stories from the wazoo. Like, there's been so many of them. But that is like really awesome that it came back a 9.8. Oh.
Yeah, that's killer too. I mean, that's a big...
I'd be stoked. I'd be like, it's Christmas morning.
Yeah, I've actually heard that quite a bit. I mean, from my comic shops, how even their rare books, they have like kind of like an estimated grade, like 9.0. I've heard those. Yeah, they're pretty accurate. It seems like
the last few Batman and detective books that I got last week, 389 and 569. Were in really good condition. I like they were in so much better condition than I ever would have found them in the wild if I was able to find them in the wild.
Right.
Like, I am just so glad I found those. Well, you were actually the one that does it because I don't know how to work eBay. I do, but I don't. And so this one I had to get. I put it in the hold last time, and it just reminds me of, what was it?
Oh,
Army of Darkness.
That in like
but a scene of Army of Darkness from the old movie Army of Darkness.
But also like was it Gulliver's Travels?
Yeah,
Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's? Yeah.
Gulliver's.
Can't pronounce words. Yeah. So hey, Master Don, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. And relaxing. aggressively relaxing. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I already said that, but I wanted to mention this real quick.
Yeah, I'm such an airhead. My goodness gracious, guys. I don't know how I'm still alive.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope that he was saying this because I was just talking about the Spider-Woman series.
Have the music on again.
Spider-Woman is trying to be a comedy which can fall flat easy in a comic book, but it's doing a great job.
I haven't read it yet. I need to read it. I need to get around to reading it. Hey, Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Comics on the mind.
So
it reminded me of Gulliver's Travels and Army of Darkness, just because of the scene of like where they're trying. And yeah, anyways, I found Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane 111, and I just thought this was awesome because it has like Justice League, and the one person that they always exclude from Justice League is this guy right here. But if you notice, he's included.
Wasn't even Canary in it too?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, I could see her on there.
See, and I had to get it. I don't usually collect too much of these, but every once in a while, there's one that I want to get. And it was in such good condition, and I really love the yellow on it. It's got like all the little superheroes. It's like a Team Up Tuesday, maybe.
Oh, that's a hella team up. Look at it. I mean, you got the Justice League in there.
Hey man, just my shirt, yellow and yellow.
Yeah, McD says that Bermejo Bounty Hunters cover is beautiful. Yeah, he's had some awesome covers on there.
It is by far. There's been so many good ones.
So this one finally came in.
He is so scattered. We both are.
I just put on some jazz and blues. So so we somehow missed Batman: The Adventures Continue #2.
Yes.
And it was like sold out forever. And yeah.
Hey guys, hey Bob, it's good to see you. I read your comment out loud, and then thanks for joining us and being here. I don't have too many more to go.
Yeah, it's a second printing. Yeah, that's what it is. They finally did a second printing.
And you had some I don't know exactly what order because you usually like doing in a format, and I just take us so far off course. But there's also other news to go over too later.
I know,
once we get through our call.
So
I'm just like
X-Men
so
12.
I don't think I should have had 2 cans of triple shot coffee this morning. I think it's still like in me. And then an energy drink now. Like,
then we got X-Force 12.
Got too much energy.
Which is weird. Says Batman: The Adventures Continue has been such an awesome read. I think I've only read the first one still.
You have, because you read the first one and then you gave it to me to read. So I still need to read that one. And then he found me this one actually, and it was for a good price. And I'm really stoked to have it. It just is incredible. The Astonishing Ant-Man. This is one Soldier found for me, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, she needed that.
I do need this.
I mean, for only $4 before discount.
Yeah, $4 for this one. Like.
Yeah, and it's like, what is it? Marvel feature number 8.
Yeah. This is like, I'm okay if the book's a little torn, and it tells a story of its own at that point.
Yeah, and it also says something on the cover, like origin of the Wasp. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's like her first origin, or I mean, it looks old enough to. Well, no, maybe not.
I loved it. I am so happy you got it, that you found it.
Because if that's the same Wasp, Van Dyne from like Avengers #1 and stuff, she probably would have had an origin before that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But I mean,
I would think so. We'll look into it and get back to you.
Yeah.
Low print is better than no print.
Exactly.
Agreed. 100%.
So, and there's death metal, speed metal. I still have to catch up on a lot of the death metal stuff right now.
There's quite a bit for me to catch up on. And it's a 3-day weekend for me because I have a psychiatrist appointment on Monday that I took the day off.
Trinity Crisis, looks like.
But I'm super stoked, so I'm gonna use Monday to like clean up in here and then catch up on reading.
Okay, I only have these 2 left, so.
Okay, yeah, and then my last one's another miniseries.
Alright, yeah, that works.
This one I had to get just because I just had to, and we put it in the hold last time because it's a cool Batman cover.
Yeah, and if you've been watching, our last few
Hauls.
shows or hauls or unboxing for the most part, but yeah, our Gretzky is got our Batman Volume 1
He's been sending
collection.
us so many. Like, we literally now have a short box worth.
It's probably
full of just Batman books, and
Batman Volume 1.
Yeah, Volume 1 even. Yeah, I really loved the cover and colors on this one. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and it looks like he's in Russia and
how he's like kind of flying with it. And I just really like how his cape looks. That's not traditionally how his cape usually looks, but I like how they did it like with the points.
It's a different pose, yeah.
Yeah. I loved this one. It was 4/45 of March 90 is when it came out.
Yo, Kachoon.
Hey, Kachoon.
Whoops.
Delphia.
What the hell
I hope
happened?
you enjoyed the Catwoman mini-series if you've
go.
read it yet. I don't know if you have it or not, but I enjoyed it. It's the one that I have. Yeah, first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I sent it, when we sent the AOK to Delphia and Kachoon, I sent her the
that mini
the 4 issues.
I still need to read that.
Did I even finish what I was saying earlier when I said like I realized one of my sticks is? Yeah, I did say. Okay.
What? What? Anywho,
I confused myself there for a second, and I did finish what I was saying. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if I did or did not. But the one thing that I realized is I like to collect the mini series. Yeah, I did. Finish that
you
conversation.
did. Yeah, and then I even said coming up. There's more to that. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Lapse in judgment of sleep.
Yeah. So this was in the bargain trade bin, and
Really good deal.
yeah. So the Mighty Thor by Walt Simonson trade. And this is the first one, but so there's 3 more. So there's actually so there's 4 books in this collection. But I was looking at in stock. I kind of just want to just get the Omni that just has them all in one.
Yeah.
Because the Omni on there were brand new, like still factory sealed. It was like $50, and that's a lot cheaper than buying all the trades.
Or then we can always repurpose them and give them out to some people in the community, because this community is beyond incredible and has restored my faith in humanity.
Yeah,
on several occasions.
This is Walt Simonson's Thor run too.
I love Walt Simonson too. Walt Simonson is so good. So then, as guests are told already, not really guessed, the last one I found is a mini. When I was going through the short box, the last short box I went through, when I was going through it, I had saw 1 and 3 and thought, oh, it's a mini, but it doesn't have all of them, so I'm not going to get it. And then as I went further along in the box, I noticed that they actually had 2, 4, and 5. So I had to, at that point, that I went back and got the 1 and 3. But it's the Chuck Dixon Robin 5-issue mini. And it was all together, and I had to get it because it is just so incredible. And I think this is the one that we have polybagged from another AOK that we received. But there's 1 of 5. I love that red. It is just still so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I've
been meaning to read that Robin series for a long time. So
yeah. See, and then here's 2 of 5. Newsstand even. That first one might be direct, but this one's a newsstand.
Yeah, our main LCS had definitely bought I don't know if it was a couple of collections or...
I wonder though, did they buy it from a collection or did they pull it out of storage? Because we do know they have a storage unit.
It was a little too organized to be out of a storage probably. Cause
some of it was a little scattered though, because on how I was only seeing 1 and 3 and then...
That's true.
It can vary, because sometimes there'll be a really big chunk of all of the same title, almost in order, and then other times it's more just sporadic and random.
I know, I was actually, there you go, Werewolf. Yeah, Brian Bowen covers. Remember, we were saying that recently. We had found some Brian Bowen covers on on Batman, and I was saying how collectors love those Bowen covers.
So gorgeous.
And that's who I think is on these.
And check out this one.
That's a good one right there.
This is a really good one. Right. So if I ever come across a mini that has all of them together, I'm like almost always getting them.
Oh, Andy S is the poster in there.
It's a good
I don't think
question.
we've checked yet, right?
No, we haven't checked yet, but I can check.
But I'm pretty sure though that this is that mini series where like the first one was polybagged, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure it is too.
Because we do have a polybagged one.
Yeah. Season, then there's 4. All right, yeah, there's that one. Move this over here. I wonder if it is.
Oh
It
yeah,
might
Werewolf
be.
says his Wonder Woman covers are amazing. Yeah, I think that's actually some of the other ones that we recently seen.
Yeah, they're good. Okay, see, and then
Yeah, you
this
know what I
one-
almost picked up recently was I think it's the Perez Wonder Woman #1. I think it's the second series.
Let's see.
I had it in my damn hand and I just like passed on it at the last second.
It maybe might. Okay.
Usually, yeah, they're kind of like in the center maybe.
Not coming across it yet. It's god, it's like white pages.
Yeah, those things
Or
are
it's
like
time.
super clean.
It might not have the poster. Not that I can see. Unless it was. Is
I
it?
mean,
Maybe?
if it was the one that was actually polybagged, it might have been one of the ones where it's in with the
Yeah.
polybag instead of in with the spine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like I have. Yeah, I don't think it has it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
But that's okay, because if it is the one that we have polybagged, then I bet you anything it's in that one.
Yeah, that one should have it.
Yeah. But that's what was that? Did I just pass it? No, maybe.
No, if it was in there, I think it would go. It would be pretty easy to find it
Yeah.
because they usually. I can't think of the word, but you know, it's
'cause
usually
the Batman one did still have them. The Clayface story when I found that mini had it.
Oh, it did.
And-
Yeah.
It was so gorgeous, so gorgeous. So yeah, that one doesn't have the poster, but it's still in good condition. I can read it. Here it was 4 or 5.
God, the colors on that one. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I can't wait. I can't wait to read this. Like, it's just so good. Our camera is so much better than it was before. You're right. Upgrading makes a difference. And then last but not least is the 5 of 5 Robin. What were you saying about the
Werewolf.
story?
About what?
You were saying something about the story.
On that?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying like I've been meaning to read it for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But I never have.
There's my selective hearing. Okay, what were you saying?
Yeah, Werewolf says if you can find a judge, death, dark, judges, trade, pick it up. He does all the art. It will blow your mind. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We'll
Super
have
Russ says
to-
that's a great run.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye out for it.
God, you know what I'm still really looking for is oh, I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, McD, but Samurai Blood? That one that I still... The only time I've ever seen anything of it was on eBay.
So this morning when you woke me up, sorry, I'm weird.
Notice
No,
that look
no,
was
like,
funny.
This morning when I woke up, I was still kind of waking up, having my cigarette and coffee, and I had read your comment on the Hawkeye of how he's not necessarily one of your favorite characters, and
Oh, yeah.
he was just like, "What? How dare him?" I'm like,
I'm like, how dare him?
like, not everybody has to like everybody else's books.
No, I know.
But no, it was adorable the way he was like, "How dare him?" Yeah, so, and I meant to tell you, but I don't think I told you yet. So there's a funny bit from this morning, McD.
I mean,
You had us laughing.
I mean, honestly, I go back and forth between, like, my favorite Archer between Green Arrow and Hawkeye, but the only thing where I'd really say that settles it is Old Man Hawkeye.
Yes, I still need to read.
I love Old Man Hawkeye. Like, that series was so good. I mean, that was my like series of the year last year.
I really want to read Old Man. God, what is?
Well, Old Man Logan is like the original, like the first Old Man stuff.
There's another one though.
What was there's? Oh my gosh. Quill.
Quill.
Yeah, Quill was the recent one that I had read.
That's the one I want to read. Old
That-
Man Quill.
That one was really good too.
Yeah, that one I really want to read. And then there was no, that was a different title. That was a Dead Man Logan, where it was
Okay,
like
so
1
yeah.
through 12. Yes, so that one was different. But
Did,
Old
did,
Man.
did we finish getting all 12 of those?
No, we're still missing some of them.
Not many though, right?
No, only like 2 or 3, I think. No more than 4 that are that.
Yeah, I need to get the rest of those so I can read that
My comic shop probably has them.
Because when that series was coming out, I was reading it as it was coming out. It was a 12-issue maxi series, and
I think you stopped at like 8 or 9.
yeah, it was like 7 or 8 or somewhere around there.
Or is it that you were missing like one? No, because
I think it was one.
yeah,
of
it is the last couple ones that you're missing, not the first couple ones.
Because when I cut back
I
my
think.
pull list, I think it was one of the titles I cut back on. I think is why I didn't finish getting it. But it was good. I mean, because remember, I mean, I cut a lot of stuff at the time, like stuff that was even good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it wasn't just all like stuff I didn't care for that I cut. It was just my pull was just ridiculous.
By far, and I gotta admit, I am super proud of how we're like actually working out a budget.
I passed on a lot of stuff today that I normally don't.
I am super proud of you for it, and I stayed within my budget. I didn't go over, if that makes a difference.
No,
We're geeking responsibly.
Yeah, we were actually like $20 under our budget. That's the thing. We didn't even like fill out our budget.
I know. That was so freaking awesome, though. That was the best part.
And that's including getting this.
Yes, which is one that I found, but it's more for him.
So yeah, this is the funny thing. So I'm showing it, but she is the one that technically found it in the wild.
Oh, goodness gracious. I love you, Big D. Brother overseas. Do you see his comment?
Yeah. Or yeah, I was going to mention that right after this. Yeah, sorry, bro. I just love Green Arrow, but we're still like twins, right?
By far. He's that one green guy dude. You know, Oliver Queen.
Yeah, I know. I do love Green Arrow too, for sure.
His is nerds unite because his symbol is Avengers.
Right?
Distinguished competition.
Yeah. So what I'm showing here is New Mutants 86. So this is the first cameo of Cable,
which is in really good condition. Like the Mylar is doing its magic, of course, but
well, yeah.
When we found it, it was even a really good deal, wasn't it? Like,
well, yeah, considering on my comic shop there was like an estimated a raw 8.0, or wait, yeah, raw 8.0 for what did I say? It was like 80. Was it 80?
I think it was like 70 or 80.
Yeah, it was like 70 or 80.
It was up there.
And I don't think it was signed. I mean, because usually if you read the fine print, some of them are signed, and I don't think it was a signed one. But to me, I mean, it kind of seemed like it might be a little high for this book.
Yeah, that's a really good book, though. I'm glad I found it and that you got it.
Yeah, and this thing looks like it would be cleaner than a 8.0 even. Because, like, I don't even see spine ticks. I mean, maybe... maybe just a really teeny one right there, but it's not even really like breaking color.
Yeah, I didn't look too much into that one. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is like pretty much everything that was in our hold too. We got like it all out. The only two things that are still in there is Family Tree 7 and 8 because I'm waiting for Family Tree 6, and I keep looking on the back wall every time we're there in case they got them in and stocked them before putting them in the hold, or if it got looked over and isn't in the hold, but they do have it. And so I'm just still waiting for Family Tree 6 because I really want to continue reading that series, but it isn't there, and those are the only 2 books left in the hold, so I'm super proud of us for doing that.
That was kind of like one of our main goals, was clearing out. Yeah,
I agree with you there. Longbow Hunters is so good. It's one of the best. It's one you still need to read.
I still need to read it.
You definitely need to read it. You would enjoy it.
I'm gonna read it here soon. I need to.
Shadow in it. Oh, I love Shadow.
Oh yeah.
She's it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Green Arrow, another Green Arrow thing I've really been wanting to read here soon is the Jeff Lemire hardcover from the New 52 run.
I started reading year 1. This one.
Oh, is that... Was that year 1? No, that's not year 1.
No, not this one. It was a different... Oh, I am sorry. The context there. My grammar is so rubbish.
Well, no, because like a Green Arrow year 1 hardcover has just recently came out. I just couldn't remember if that was...
Right, but the year 1... Oh, duh. Okay. It's not even year 1 that I'm thinking of. It's the Wonder Year that I read.
The Wonder Year is what you
read. Yeah, most recently I read the Wonder Year 1 through 4. I got Wonder confused with Year One.
Tri-book
yeah, this is
depository
one.
collects them all.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
even one
we
I
have
still-
all we have if yeah, let's see, yeah, if you're talking about the longbow hunters, we still, yeah, we have all of them.
Yeah, we do still have all of them. This is one I still need to read though that you got because he went crazy on an or in stock trade order. But
Well, yeah,
a few
quite
times.
a few times.
Yeah.
Well, and then so speaking of Green Arrow, not only that, but then back there, the Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Absolute by Denny O'Neil, Rip, and
I don't know.
Neil Adams.
Yeah, that one.
I don't think they can see it. It's in the corner. Like, oh, there you go.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. You see, there's my side and his side.
I know that's the thing.
Is
With,
it hers?
there actually is a lot more stuff back here that's actually harder to see. Like,
Yeah,
like I know
that's
you can't
true.
even see like the where my like Punisher stuff is because I have a bunch of Punisher crap back here.
Yeah. It's a work in progress. I like it though. I really like how it's turning out. Like,
I know. I do like how it's
They-
set up better now.
they need to make a Catwoman Jim Valiant. I'm gonna start saying that right.
Balance.
Valiant. They need to make a pop of her, of that version of Catwoman.
I know. I mean,
Because I have the Michelle Cypher one, and then that one, and it's like.
I want to say like I could have like maybe I've seen a picture of one.
No, we still need to watch The Boys. We still need to
Yeah.
watch Lucifer
I
and
know.
Umbrella Academy.
I know. So the boys.
There's
I'm like
so
so
many
torn because
shows
like I really want to watch it, but I kind of really want to read the comics first. And
You said the same thing about Umbrella Academy, and one of these days I'm just gonna
know.
put it on.
I
I'm just
know.
gonna turn the TV on and just watch, and then you get sucked
Well,
in.
it's funny because I almost did. One of the times at the LCS, like a few weeks back, they had the full. They had every trade of the boys run like so far, and it was in the bargain bin. So it was every trade in the run for $5 each.
That's what I loved about those postal trades is they were a good price for what they were, and you still need to read them. That's kind of random.
Oh yeah,
but
no, I know. Postal's another
Postal-
series
oh.
that
So good. That was one of my favorites.
I know
The
that I still
series
need to read.
is
I
way
mean,
better than the comics.
Stories are a bit different on the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have noticed that from so when I'm like picking up news. Speaking of which, we're gonna get into the news here in a second, but.
Well, yeah, I'll say it after you say your thing.
But yeah, so like when I'm like looking up news based off like the headlines of some news, and yeah, it seems like they're comparing the show to the comics, and it seems like yeah, they have changed some stuff quite a bit.
I didn't want to take you too far off course, but it's what I am. It's what where my expertise lie. But no, it was like what they did the CW. I think it was Green Arrow show, and how they took a lot of Batman's villains for Green Arrow on the TV show.
Well,
like-
just Batman stories. Too.
Batman stories too, yeah.
I
So it's kind
mean-
of like that. Like, I get them changing it a little bit, but sometimes like it just depends on how they do it.
Fair, I mean, Green
Yeah.
Arrow was like the Arrow versus like Batman in a way, you know.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah,
I mean, because they even had the classic like you can't tell me it wasn't pulled from the Neil Adams story, you know, fighting on
Yeah.
the mountaintop with
oh yeah,
the swords with their shirts off, you know, like.
that was
Which I still want that book. I love that cover.
Mhm.
That's such an awesome Batman cover.
So gorgeous. Stories are a bit. The pacing is better. The books had some filler issues.
Right.
I kind of get bummed out with filler issues sometimes. Like, well, not necessarily. I don't know what I'm saying. Like,
It's
I
I,
do-
mean
I
it's
like-
case by case. Some are better than others, and
it depends on what's going on in the story. Because if it's if it's
because a filler can be good when it's like a nice just standalone kind of like
Yeah.
one shot fill.
when it's like kind of like building up momentum and like a story behind it, and then it just like it's yeah. It depends on the story, but
yeah, by far.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
All right, so yeah, definitely
Yeah.
not as much news this time around. I mean, because also I was looking for the news like right before we came on, but
I know, like, yeah,
but
he was
also I
trying
mean
to
there
do
just
like
kind of
little
wasn't as
patterns.
much this time around. But this one broke pretty recently though. But it looks like Samuel L. Jackson is gonna get his own Disney Plus series, Nick Fury Disney Plus series.
You betcha.
And I guess it's actually been rumored or heavily rumored or expected or kind of just like in the works to some extent for a long time.
Have you seen the meme of WandaVision where it's like WandaVision in the studios, WandaVision at home? It's a good meme. I gotta show it to you. I thought I showed it to you by now. If you haven't
I
seen
don't
it,
think
it's
so.
great.
Uh,
Calabunga! Hey, Ruben!
Speaking of like Disney Plus series and all that, didn't
We think the actor of Homelander is really good. He's great at acting a complete psychopath. Ooh. He's got a smile that can land up a psych ward.
yeah, he's the one. He's the one that I'm like looking forward to. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the one that seems pretty awesome on it. And like I said, I need to read the comics still too. So like I don't have any exposition, to the boys at all.
Pretense.
So yeah, anything.
Epilogue?
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying words.
Yeah, you are. But no, supposedly, I mean,
I don't think
this
that
was
makes
like
sense.
even in like a Nick Fury series or back then it probably would have most likely been more a movie, but even back around the time of like Iron Man 1 and even before the first Avengers, like it's kind of something I guess that's been in the works for a while. But I mean, based off kind of how like Spider-Man Far From Home ended,
that one was good.
with the with the Nick Fury stuff, so it makes you kind of wonder what the series will kind of be about, like where,
Right.
or is it going to be the 90s Nick Fury from Captain Marvel, more stories from that, or is it more from the modern time, or is it the, spoiler alert, but it's been long enough, the Skrull
It
Fury,
could be.
like
It could be. Because where was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going with those squirrels? When
Yeah,
we stopped
'cause
watching
we
Agents
didn't
of
even-
S.H.I.E.L.D., it was around that time. No, but I noticed McDee's comment had asked us about the. Goodness gracious.
oh
forgot.
yeah, Andy says watch the show first.
Mandalorian.
What?
Star Wars.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Yeah, see, yeah, it was right in front of my face.
Oh.
We haven't watched it yet.
Remember worst Star Wars fan ever right here that hasn't seen any of the Disney ones?
Live long and prosper.
Well, okay,
Vulcan
no,
Vogue.
sorry, I've seen
No, I still like Star Wars, but I much prefer Star Trek. I can't help
Rogue
it.
One. Yeah, Rogue One is the only Disney one that we've seen so far. And that's mainly why, it's because I have a Trekkie wife that never wants to watch Star Wars. So,
Hey, I watch them sometimes,
I know I'm just giving.
but then at the same time I also fell asleep.
Um,
There's one time it was like the middle of the day and I fell asleep and he wasn't even asleep and I was just like straight up snoring and I woke myself up from it and I'm like, babe, you're snoring too loud. He's like, I'm not even asleep. I'm like, oh.
yeah. Werewolf says make sure you start watching early, otherwise you will be up all night.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
For some reason, when I started reading that, I thought he was saying like, make sure you start watching early so you don't fall asleep. And I was gonna be like, no, she can fall asleep at any time of the day.
I really can. Like, for even how much energy I have right now, if I was to lay down and close my eyes, I bet you anything I could be out in 5 minutes.
Talking about the boys. Yeah, okay.
You scared me this
Oh,
morning
yeah.
when you woke me up, though. Like, I was thinking I was late for work or something. I'm like, oh, what? Like, when I woke up this morning, I was confused. It was like one of those, what year is it? What day is it? What is going on?
You're like, I'm late for the school bus. Oh yeah, I'm 30.
It's Sunday and I'm 31.
Yeah. But no, I know. I still need to watch The Mandalorian.
We do still need to watch that.
And you know
I
what?
did love all the
And
memes,
here's
though, of the little baby Yoda.
And here's the dumb thing about us not seeing any of the Disney Star Wars other than Rogue One. We have all of them.
Well, okay, so to be fair,
To be fair, we have a lot of movies that we haven't seen.
hear me out. To be fair, we have Star Trek Discovery on DVD that we haven't seen yet.
Okay, yeah,
So-
that's the true. To be fair, yeah, because we even have Star Trek that
Yeah.
we haven't even watched too.
And I really want to watch it because I remember watching the first season because those bastards, the way they did it when they started it,
That's so messed up.
yeah, the way that they did it was like on CBS, the season premiere of Star Trek Discovery.
It was when they launched the
Yeah,
app.
it was like literally, yeah, it was when they launched their new streaming service, and so they did like the first 1 to 2 episodes on TV, and then switched them all exclusive over to the specific streaming site. and I was livid because it started out strong. It started out so good where I'm like, I want to know more. And then you would have had to get the streaming service in order to watch the rest of it. And it's like, you slime mofos. Like, you just gonna make us pay and give us a little teaser of a new show that is just so good, and then you take it away? Like, that is cruel.
I mean, obviously,
That is mean.
I see the like the business.
I see the
plan
business
in it,
side of
but
it, but at
it's-
the same time, it's like, yeah,
It's yeah,
pain in
it's
the
messed up.
yeah. It's
Oh yeah, I want
it's
to mention
mean,
this.
is what it is. I get it though.
Yeah, back here, Kachung said about the Nick Fury stuff could be scroll related with the possibility of secret invasion. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. It definitely gives them a good chance of
That's what I'm
working more towards that secret invasion storyline that we know that they're going to get to eventually.
Yeah, I that's the way I would think they'd be going with it.
That I mean, if that's not the next kind of like big arc kind of thing that they're going towards,
I'll have to check it out.
that would have to be the next one.
Watching Lower Decks, also the fan film. I worked on Star Trek First Frontier, came out on YouTube. Check it out.
Check it out.
I love it. Check it out. And it's like my Vulcan Vogue, Andy Warhol.
It's like truck you
Yes.
later.
When I was little, I couldn't do this, but I would always watch Star Trek, and I wanted to be sure that I could do it. That I would like tape my hands together, like my fingers, and I would like hold them apart, because I wanted to be able to do it, and so now I can do it with both hands.
I can't.
It's easy, but
No.
it takes some training to do. Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, Lady Fantastic! Thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, so on this next one here, so
Yeah, see, we need to watch
possible-
Discovery.
I didn't
of
even
it.
tell you about this one. Possible delays to Avengers 36 and Fantastic Four number 24 and more. So Marvel informed retailers that Avengers 36, Marvel Zombies Resurrection number 2, and some variants for Fantastic Four number 24 have been held up due to problems originating at the printer. The issues go on sale September 30th, but a portion of stores will not receive copies, or only a portion of the copies ordered until the following week. For Avengers 36, both the primary cover version by Matteo Scalera and Sarah Pacelli's Fortnite variant are affected. If your store ordered some of this issue's other variants, those are expected to arrive on time. What has me worrying, that dope-ass Artgerm Doctor Doom variant is FF25. This one's affecting FF24, so
I hope
they
it
better get
doesn't-
their shit together before that one.
Stand tall, Bernthal.
Yeah, like
Stand tall.
yeah. So
Hopefully they still get it.
I mean,
But even if not, wouldn't you
we
be able?
see stuff like this at our LCS, like where their shipments don't show up.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
or-
but wouldn't Artgerm be selling it on his website anyways?
well, it depends. I mean, if it's
Because it is a variant that it could be like that he's selling it like that.
well, it depends what kind of variant it is, though. I mean, if it's like retailer incentive, if
Or-
it's his website exclusive, if it's
True. I still want to get
just
so
like
many
an
of
open
the
order V
Campbell
cover.
Catwoman
See,
variants.
a
where
lot of
he
those
did,
that he did,
Yeah,
were
'cause he
exclusive
only
to
did-
his website.
Yeah, he only did one for the 80th anniversary, and then he did like a whole other set
Yeah.
along with the one that he did for the 80th anniversary. So like, but I
Yeah.
wonder. I kind of hope it's that sense with Artgerm, because it's like that's how we got that one. It was
That's how
'cause
we
we
got
had
the
it
one
signed,
signed. Yeah,
yeah.
was from his
so.
website.
So I would hope maybe it's like that, to where if there's still an issue with that, then you can still get it just directly from him.
Well, actually, yeah.
That'd be worth looking
So
into.
you actually might be able to, because so that one, when it originally came out, it was DC's just open order B variant.
Okay.
But by the time when I got it signed by him from his website, it was like later. It was a little bit after the book had originally came out, and he was just selling it from his website signed.
See, yeah,
So maybe if it's like that, then
we
oh,
got.
that reminds me, I need to keep looking on Slabbed Heroes,
Yes, you do.
because I need to get that slab.
Yes, you do.
Slab.
I agree. That's one thing that really worked in our benefit, is that this week was such a small week for us that like the majority of what we got today was in the hold. But we were able to actually clear out the hold because every once in a while our all holds would get kind of really full, and because it was such a small week, thank goodness it worked out to be the timing, like the timing
Yeah.
of everything else fell into play, so we were able to get like everything out.
Yeah, we lucked out. Yeah, because our new books this week.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was
goodness.
a smaller week.
Gracious, I can't talk. Have you guys seen the Batman Todd McFarlane?
Oh, yeah, wait, yeah, yeah.
It looks wicked cool.
Yeah, we kind of
The
mentioned it a
statue
little
figure
bit
thingy.
on our unboxing.
I got
stream.
excited.
No, I know. Yeah, I definitely want to get that damn Bat bike.
Right?
One. There's a few different ones. Batman version and like metal. Yeah, the metal version ones. Because there's even like the Grim Knight one.
I got my Grail comic in the mail. Ooh, hell yeah, congrats. I got my Grail comic in the mail today. Gonna open it live on my channel in about an hour with Rob Worst. It's the only book I set sights on for this year and in terms must get. Congrats. I'm gonna have to see what book that is.
Hell yeah.
I'm really interested.
Hell yeah. Yeah, aggressively.
I want to see what book it is. So yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, aggressively relaxing says sluts. FF is my favorite current comic. Hope it's not like. Yeah.
I hope not.
I have been on that series since issue 1 as well. Except I haven't got the last. Hell, I don't know what they're even on. I think the last one I got was it was the first issue when Thing. It was another Thing versus Hulk. It was like, was it like 14 or 15? Something like that. But I was really loving it too. But it was right, like kind of I think it was when the pandemic started, and it was just kind of another one of the ones I just haven't picked back up.
That's what really sucks with this whole like pandemic thing is that I've noticed I've noticed that there's been like the books that weren't out published in the time frame that they stopped doing it. When they started releasing books again, they didn't start with it seems like they didn't start with the ones that should have gone out. You know, like they just completely halted everything. And so it's how I missed an issue of Hellblazer, an issue of Books of Magic, and there's just so many different series that I'm reading that I've realized I'm missing one issue, but it's because it never got sent out. And it's like I'm still waiting for one of them. So
yeah, and seeing a lot of it is that, and a lot of it is also, like I told you, sometimes, Diamond, whatever, something happens to the order, like with our LCS, sometimes we have to wait until like the next day or the next week, or like that Iron Man number 1, because I think that
I'm Batman.
Yeah, those are my gauges.
It's Batman.
I might have to actually wear these ones again since I have the smaller ones in.
I like those ones
I
more.
could probably wear these ones again.
I get you so off track so easily.
I know.
It really does not take much to distract you.
They're wood ones too.
I like the wood ones. They're nice. So like he'll blame me. Like so if we're sitting there and he wants to read, or we get sidetracked, and he'll blame me that I get him distracted, and it's not my fault. It's so easy to get you distracted.
Yeah, because I'll be sitting there trying to read, and
and I won't shut my big mouth.
Yeah, you're just talking.
I try. It's a work in progress.
8 years straight.
It is getting better though. It is getting better where I'm like, oh wait, you're reading? Okay.
It is? Have you seen my stack of like shit I need to read?
Yeah.
It's not getting better. It's getting bigger.
No, it's got better. I know it's gotten better because you finished Punisher. And you also finished a few.
I finished book 3.
Book 3 you finished.
I've been trying to start book 4 for like months.
That one's not my bad. See, we work through our issues one panel at a time, guys. One panel at a time.
I know. Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, I'm sure when people see the podcast, like in directories, it's like Married with Issues. Like, it's like a relationship, like advice or couples counseling or something.
Ooh, Grim Knight gets released here in November, buying 2. Hell yeah. Oh, McD, that reminds me. When we went to the LCS, the one variant one that I had saw as the Priestess mark was gone.
I know.
And I'm like, no.
So, yeah.
It's just like I didn't.
But no, I'm gonna look for it like on eBay or something. Cause we're gonna have to find that now.
Yeah, because and silly me, because it's like when you go hunting,
I
it's like you
come
across certain books that it's like you don't. you don't want to pass it up because it's not guaranteed it's going to be there next week. And for that variant one that I had seen, I thought for by chance it might have been because I had already seen it 2 to 3 times still be there.
I had seen it
And
quite a
then
few
of
too.
course by the time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna jump on and actually get it, it was gone.
Oh
But
yeah, and
we'll
Andy
look
says
for
yeah,
it.
Spawn 310. Yeah, McFarlane cover. Yeah, it's next week again.
Mm.
310 now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he's McFarlane's been doing a lot of really cool figures and toys.
Oh, remember how
Like the
stoked I
Penguin.
was when it was announced that they got the DC line,
Mm.
like the rights to to do the DC multiverse figures, and
He
then in that first wave,
he is such an
for
overgrown
the
child.
for the most part, I liked all the figures. I was a little bit disappointed in the Batman one.
Right.
Just like it just didn't have like the detail, that you kind of expect from a McFarlane figure. Like even in the torso, like it was just like smooth. It just didn't have like a lot of detail in it.
They're just changing it.
But I still want to get the Superman from that wave. Like I've still been I did get the animated Superman and the animated Batman from that wave.
I forgot something.
The Batgirl was
I'll
really
be right
good from
back,
that
guys. I'll be right back.
wave. Yeah, it was really just the Batman from the first wave that I didn't think it was like bad, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. For like me, fans of McFarlane toys since the beginning, you kind of expect a certain level of detail from it. Yeah, how did we forget about that?
I don't know how we forgot about it, but I am so glad you found it. So, when the second we got to the LCS, I went straight to the prices marked and I was looking and I was looking and I was looking, and I heard him out of the corner, like out of the hindsight. He's like, babe, oh my god. I'm like, wait, I'm like, hold on, I'm because I wasn't seeing it, so I was kind of getting a little frantic, and
Because we had passed on this
Yeah.
once
yeah. So
from
speaking,
Walmart.
yeah. So speaking of passing on something you find out in the wild, he found this at the LCS today. It's the Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, the one with the skull. Because the one we
The one
saw
with
at
this-
Walmart that we
Yeah.
passed on, was it the one? It was the one with the book, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I really want is the one with the raven.
I thought that yours was the one with the skull that you wanted, and mine was
No.
the one with the raven.
I want them both. I want them all.
Well, I know, but I thought that this is like the main one.
You know they're
That
one
you
and the
want.
same to me. You're the
Well, no,
only
I
one
know.
that can put one over the other. I just need them all.
I know.
You
You normally give me so much crap for like wanting all. Like,
Well, it's like you said to me that one time. Haven't you ever seen a hypocrite? I was so mad. Oh. So we were hanging out with one of his friends, and they were hanging out for a while, and I'm cool with it. I'm like, no worries.
well, this was also like 6 years ago too.
Yeah, mind you, this is like 6 years ago. He started giving me crap because I was always on my phone. I wouldn't get off my phone. I would just always be digging around, going on Facebook or looking stuff up or doing whatever. And be like, get off your phone. You're on it too much. And so then, like a couple days later, he's on his phone. I'm trying to have a conversation with him. He's not putting it away. I'm like, what the hell, And so I'm like, hey, you told me to get off my phone. Aren't you gonna get off yours for this scenario, whatever scenario it was? His straight up response without the slightest hesitation was just, haven't you ever seen a hypocrite? My good lord, guys, I could have hit him. I was like, you mofo. You are a hypocrite.
To be fair, that was
I
when
get
I
it
was
from
kind
you.
of starting my tattoo apprenticeship, and
That's true.
I was like hanging out with my mentor a lot and
I get it from
looking
you,
at
though.
like a lot of a lot of homework and research and stuff.
He's so awesome. See, so I get my
yes.
hypocrisy from you. You rub off on me.
Where was it?
It's kind of like that one other time. I told him, joking, that it would be a murder-suicide before I signed divorce papers. And then there was one day we were on our way home from the grocery store, and I was like, don't worry, guys. If you understand our dark sense of humor, I'm not serious about the murder-suicide. I just realized how that might have sounded outside of my head.
Yeah.
So I just...
We
I'm
both
a
have
schizophrenic,
a
but-
morbid sense of humor.
Yeah, so we were on the way home from the grocery store, and it was like, okay, if we have to go to the store, stop on the way so we can go together and just get it done. I don't want to leave by the time we get by the time we get home from work, I don't want to leave. I'm staying. And so he was driving and he pulls up to the parking stall of our apartment complex. We're walking up to the door and he has the nerve to say, "Oh, so when you go to the grocery store," I was like, no, I am not. I told you before, you're the one driving. Why didn't you stop? You can do it yourself. I was like, I could kill you for that remark. And his response without hesitation, "Don't make me wait in the afterlife too long." It's just like, okay, fair enough. I'll go to the store. I'll be back. But yeah,
Oh.
it was adorable.
Oh, Lady Fantastic asked anyone read, I know I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, Nabokov? He was hilarious. I don't think I've heard of him.
I want to see that. That sounds familiar.
Kafka I've heard of. And yeah, I think I saw Super Russ said he was a fan of Poe in his teen years. I mean, we're both really big fans of Poe. We have a
collection,
big ass collection of all of his work.
I really want to find the other ones too, because this one is actually going to go with my rock candy Elvira and the cover of Elvira with Edgar Allan Poe on it.
Yeah, because
my Virgin cover that I love so much.
Yeah. Because
I love all of his writings.
Yeah,
like
because
Pendulum.
I mean, even look at one of his most famous ones, like The Telltale Heart.
So
like,
good.
When you think about it, and especially you read it and how it ends, it's like, is the heart literally beating under the ground, or is it his guilty conscience? And that's what his work was a lot of the times, where the reader, the observer, kind of formulates their own conclusion in a way.
Well, and even another favorite of mine is The Pendulum.
The Pit and the Pendulum.
And
the
Raven is so good. Yeah, I love Edgar Allan Poe. I used to have a book collected that I got in high school that had like all a collection of his, but it was a really awesome hardcover, and I wish I knew what happened to it, because it was just like kind of thick, but it was about like that big, and it was just a hardcover, beautiful, and I don't know whatever happened to it. But we did rebuy one of the collections.
Yeah,
that we have.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's like all of it. It's like his most notable work. Mm-hmm. But I used to have a much bigger one, like back in the day.
That was his art. Well, not art. His writing was impeccable. Like, it was so good, and they actually did pretty decent with the movie. I thought.
I liked it. Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. Lady Fantastic says, well, he was a great writer that essentially made a mockery of romantic literature by penning Lolita. It makes me want to check him out now. That sounds interesting for sure.
Definitely. It's funny how movies marketed Lovecraft.
Yeah, I was reading that too. Yeah, it's funny. Where'd it go? It's it's funny how movies marketed Lovecraft stories as Poe stories to get more audience, and now Lovecraft is way more present in pop culture than Poe. Yeah, you hear Lovecraft a lot more often now. Like nowadays.
That's true.
Like how Russ said in his teen years, he was a bigger Poe fan, and that's when I kind of fell in love with Poe too. Would have been around my my teen years.
It was my teen years. Yeah, it was my it's junior high.
Yeah, so it's like a generational thing, I guess. Like I guess Lovecraft's kind of the more one now. And
nope. I don't know how we're still alive, but.
Hey, Garrow.
Hey, Garrow. Oh, wasn't there something? You showed something earlier. Could have sworn you did.
Oh yeah, I did, and I was just it was just kind of like, Garrow would like this one. It was the Doctor Strange.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember now. Hey, Garrow. Good to see you. Hope all is well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was just this.
It was an old book.
Yeah, it was the Strange Tales 188. This is actually the
this
final
reminded me
Strange
of it,
Tales.
because I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered.
Yeah, this is I love this cover, and I like how it's literally like Baron Mordo betraying him, like shooting him in the back, like literally. Yeah, Lady Fantastic says he thumbed his nose at classical romantic lit and used all the staple rules to craft a hilariously dark novel. I love.
That's awesome.
See, and that's like the type of like stuff we like too, like dark humor or even like satires and.
Yeah, our sense of humor can get pretty morbid sometimes.
What? Yeah, I don't
No,
even like.
No, I just remembered something from another show that we were watching where something seemed to kind of rhyme or be similar to this or kind of appear to be what it wasn't, and then yeah, I'm just gonna stop there because
Yeah, where
it
the
would
hell did that one
shatter all of
Oh,
this ladiness that I am not.
All right, so yeah, the last little news thing we had that I found.
Oh, yeah. If you guys weren't here in the beginning, the other news thing is Jeff, on, Jeff, I just forgot. I know his name's Jeff. He was on with Balin and he offered to be me to be a broadsword
Girl, yeah,
girl.
broadsword girl, I think, yeah.
Broadsword girl. Yeah. So I am kind of stoked about that.
Yeah, which after this we need to go back and watch the earlier parts of their show that we missed.
Yeah, we need to watch the whole thing. So if you're just getting in now, I thought I would share that news because it's awesome, and I like freaked out and I couldn't breathe for a second.
I know. I think I was gonna have to be like clear. Yeah,
Right? I know you're like just breathe, and I'm like okay.
Yeah,
I
you were
shake
shaking bad.
I shake so bad. I'm like oh no, I can't help it.
All
Okay,
right.
what was your news?
Okay, so the last one, it's that series that me and you have been waiting for quite a while. Finally comes out December 1st, but Batman Catwoman aims to break that barrier of couples' growth in DC history. Tom King.
About time.
What's part of this? I'm gonna have to let me pull up the website though, because there was some direct.
Have we really been
quotes and
going
stuff.
for over an hour? Wow.
Yeah, hour and
Look at
21
us.
minutes.
Look at us
Okay, yeah, so
go.
Batman Catwoman aims to break that barrier of couples' growth in DC history. Tom King calls the upcoming maxi series Batman Catwoman the culmination of his 2-year run on Batman, but also the beginning of something he hopes breaks a barrier inside DC. He says, quote, "This is the end I always wanted to write for Batman and Catwoman. The culmination of not only what we did leading up to the wedding and afterwards, but of 80 years and counting of this relationship between hero and a criminal. But it's also it's also the beginning of something. It's a standalone series, which is much more ambitious than anything I tried in Batman. My attempt to tell one story that says everything I have to say about these characters and how they affect each other and us." End quote. So this is but the latest in a series of ambitious standalone 12 series King has done for DC, following Omega Men, which I still need to read that one.
Yes, you do.
Mr. Miracle
I haven't read it
and
yet,
the
so I don't
current
know.
Strange Adventures, and the Mr. Miracle is actually another
Yes.
one. Quote, "For people who have read my Batman run, the basic premise here is we have 3 timelines that take off from Batman Annual number 2, which was the first and last kiss issue. We see Batman and Catwoman at the beginning of their relationship after that first kiss. We see them now, and then we see them at the end after that last kiss. That allows for us to see her evolution, how Catwoman went from being a rogue to a partner, and what that transition cost her. Now she's gone from rogue to partner and even wife and mother of Batman's children,
What?
but those changes were subsequently sidelined or retconned by DC.
My
What?
goodness gracious! When's it due out, guys? Like McDonald's farts too.
What?
I'm reading the chat. You guys are freaking hilarious. Oh goodness gracious! Fully fish farts.
I know Tom hasn't.
No, but the original thing was how he had said, oh no, where was it? It was right up here. Jim said that we have to check on you because I was like, I disappeared from the chat for a second from when they addressed me because like you should have seen me. I was just like, what? Oh my goodness! What is, like it just
Well,
like,
yeah, I had to.
the adrenaline rush gets to me and then I'm like and I just spaz out. But no, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I had to type for you.
Yeah, you did. I was shaking too bad. Being on lithium for a good steady near 10 years
Yeah,
can
quite a while.
last effects. I actually I feel like King didn't get what I think he was doing better than what some people might have thought, but at the same time I get where a lot of people are coming from. But if you think about it, had he not stretched over filler and just gotten more to the point of what he's trying to do with this coming out in, you said December or November?
December 1st.
December, yeah. See, so I'm still interested to at least see how it ends, and it's only because at the beginning of his run, it was going to be promised for the full story arc. So it's like, you know, on how some stories, the longer they are, they're gonna have a little dull area at some point, give or take. You know, to each their own. It depends on what the story's about. Obviously, there's so many variables, but the way Tom King had explained on his end is that he had this story arc filled out. So I'm wondering if it's like a Doctor Who River Song scenario where, you know, because like halfway through River Song's timeline, you don't even know what's going on with her, so you kind of fall flat. Like, okay, yeah, who's this person? Da da da. Oh, big deal. But then at the end, it comes back with so much more oomph. You know,
each time you see her, she gets more intriguing, and
yeah. See, so I honestly don't want to judge King's writing on Batman and Catwoman until I've read what his his overall story arc was, because I know he had said something along the lines of he was planned to do 100 issues. They cut short. It could have just been one of those filler episodes where he's like, okay, this is not as much important information, but it's details you need to know, and so that's my opinion on it.
And this is an interesting take too. I mean, with the 3 different timelines, and and my thing with him too is he's definitely hit or miss. You know, when he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad.
Yeah, see,
when he's an ass, he's an ass.
Exactly. And so I can totally understand how when it comes out in December, there's a good chance I'm not going to like it. There's a good chance I'm going to read it. And when I find out whatever it was he had planned for the full story arc falls flat, there's always that opportunity too. So I can't judge it entirely until that point, until I know. So
exactly,
it's like
and that's
cat.
what I was going to say. Varangian Vigilante says it's not even his writing, but the way he tried to throw Jay Lee under the bus is unforgettable. That's my problem with him, is that thing right there.
Agreed there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get past that. I mean, especially like being an artist myself too, and like
you don't just
like
throw others under
like
the
that.
bus. You don't.
When he wasn't even right, like the guy like, isn't even like a part of that, you know. And you know, yeah, someone throwing you under the bus for being something that you're not, you know, like that's it's pretty bad.
Yeah, a new type of low-key. So that part is not the way to be human.
But the one thing with him, like I said, I still do want to read Mr. Miracle, you know, because like I hear even about it, like Tom King, you know, people who don't like him at all, like still say that's a good run. And we do have the Vision run in trade.
Yes.
That I've been meaning to get to, but got to read that one here soon. But the one thing that I in here that sounds really interesting though that he said though is
I boycott King. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he said how like Catwoman has gone from rogue to partner and even wife and mother of Batman's children, but those changes were subsequently sidelined or retconned by DC. But now with Batman Catwoman, King is attempting to break that barrier and give genuine growth to Batman and Catwoman's relationship. He says, quote, "In comics, the one thing we don't have a lot of is growth. We're sort of stuck in the one story," King says. Quote, in Batman Catwoman, we try to break that barrier and give you a history in a moment you haven't seen before. End quote.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Even his writing is horrible. It's like, it to each their own.
I mean, yeah, I have definitely read some bad ones for sure.
Yeah, there's been some disappointing ones that I've read the writer's work before, so I kind of had an expectation set prior, and then I read whatever it was, and it falls flat. I get so disappointed.
Because you did remember when
that happened a few times with a few of the old books it's the reason I don't follow them anymore. I don't like the way the story went on. I mean, it was just like, okay, that crosses a line of not what I wanted to read.
Yo, 84. We got Kenny.
We got a celebrity. He's going to be on Comigories on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good to see. We'll be in the chat.
God, I forgot where I was going with this. Holy
see,
cow.
it's so easy to get him off track, and he blames it on me. Okay, no, it is my fault half the time.
No, when we were on book club with Alec and John,
Yes.
so the book that we did on the actual episode was Tinian's first Batman one. But remember, me and you both had to catch up on the end of Tom King's
And
Batman
I had read
stuff,
it like
and,
5 minutes before the show.
and so yeah, like the stuff like right after the wedding. Oh God, it was terrible.
It was hard.
But
It
I mean, I think up near the end though, I think it got pretty good. I mean, I actually kind of like how it ended, and I mean, I still have only just read it just that once. Granted, I flew through it, so because we had to read all those to get
Right.
caught up for the book club episode we were on. But
I feel that way about some other people. No, like
yeah, you're I don't
Yeah.
even want to say that because I don't want to like if it's, I don't want to like spread rumors.
yes, we've gotten there. We've gone to the unknown. Just kidding, it is known. I don't know what I'm talking about. I need a nap.
Yeah, you do.
But like, I haven't read too much of his stuff, so it's like, and then, yeah, there's some things that isn't right. That's not how you should be
Yeah.
a human. That's not how you human. That is
I know.
not how you
Yeah,
human.
when I remember when I first read that story and heard that, I was just like. I mean, I always thought it was kind of cool, like, you know, like for a long time, I didn't know he was like former CIA and stuff like that. Like when I can't remember
With his
was it
fish
Letterman?
fillet farts. Oh my goodness.
Freshly. just sounds bad.
You never posted the video of your stream on Twitch.
Well,
Oh,
okay, so
goodness
my thing with
gracious.
that is, granted, yeah, I did have it up on a Twitch fail video
Hey,
once,
Carlito.
but
Good to join us and being here. Good to see you, Carlito. Or have a good day.
Oh hell.
Have a good night. It's like 6:36 now.
I mean, I've been thinking of where I've been debating. Like, I don't know if I should post it like just on Instagram, just an open post, or I don't know if I was gonna like share it in like the IG family chat, you know, comic family chat.
I'd maybe just do IGTV. That's what I've been doing. My 22 push-ups. Those 22 push-ups are hard. Like I'm getting like I can do them easier the more I do them, but it's like, yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah, and I've been working on.
But it's still worth it to raise our awareness with veterans and suicide prevention. But
it's been kicking your ass though.
but I've been doing it, so it works.
Exactly.
There's something else I was gonna say and I forgot.
Oh yeah, I remember that stuff. Yeah, with Snyder too.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's true. He never tips the winner.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say IGTV, because the other one, that's where I was going with it. The one that I did on Facebook the other day, since I've been doing the 22 push-ups in the IGTV, I've just kind of been leaving it as like just the 22 push-up ones there. That's why I ended up posting the snippet from Thursday's show on Facebook instead of Instagram.
I don't. But you did it.
And I changed the time on my photo. Yeah.
But you did it to your personal Facebook, though, right? You didn't do it on Married with Issues Facebook page.
Yeah, no, I did it to my personal.
Yeah.
I am so fired from my own show, guys. I don't even know if I follow our Married with Issues on Facebook. I'm gonna have to look.
You don't.
I thought
You
I
don't
did.
even follow our blog. You don't follow our merch. Well, actually, so we're still working on the newer merch.
Fusha's
store.
fired. Looking for a new job. Pay me away. Buy me books. I don't know.
All right,
I don't
so
know. I need to eat some food.
Yeah, you're going
I've
to
had
bed.
I just
Alright.
had more coffee than usual, and this is actually really good.
Yeah, I mean,
I like energy.
you've been going since Thursday though, since that unboxing for
Yeah, but I'm gonna get that fixed Monday. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
the yeah, I forgot where I was going with that too. So, on that note, yeah, thank you guys so much for
Oh, what? You found out today that you weren't subbed to his channel?
to this channel.
Oh, to this channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you for subbing to us.
Yeah,
we don't have too many.
I thought I got an alert from.
Did we get past 300 or are we still
Yeah, I would say like 3.
Because I remember our
26 or
first
something.
giveaway, we gave away an omnibus, and that was fun. We should do another giveaway. We need more subs.
Well, yeah, when we hit like something close to what everybody else in the community's at.
I know.
I think we've been stuck at 326 for like 8 months.
Special kind of special. I drive this special bus.
Yep.
We just fell behind, that's all. But no, yeah, like we need to, get more subs. It's a matter of time.
I mean, to be fair, we don't really like advertise that much, but I mean,
Well,
I'm working on it.
This is true. We're not too good at advertising and consistency, but it works. We do what we can.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do our show. I mean, every week for the most part, but I mean, we could probably be on time a little bit more, but. All right, on that note,
that factor you got held for review.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're listening to this in podcast format later and you stayed all the way until this point, you're the real MVP. If you ever want to catch these streams live, I don't know why you would, but every Saturday at youtube.com/c/marriedwithissues at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. She's Fusha. I'm Soldier.
No, I am Fusha. I was reading. I can only multitask so much at a time. But no, thank you guys all so much for joining us and hanging out. And yeah, we just need more subs and I'm need to watch the replay of Vigilante show with Jim Ballant and Jim Ballant. And I don't know, maybe we'll do a stream Monday.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, we do only have like the one show, like, per a week when, a lot of other people have, they're streaming every day pretty much. But yeah, we do have like a lot of other stuff in the works as well.
Indeed. But yes, indeed. And so, yeah, I don't really have anything else. I need to eat some food. Maybe take a nap. A nap sounds really good.
Yeah, I would say.
But a nap at this time, I'd probably be just pass out till like 11 the next day. I don't want to sleep till. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. I don't know what you're doing.
I was waiting for you to end. Wait for your clothes.
Oh! Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. Live long and prosper. Be the cat.
There you go.
No. There's when you're a kid, you want to be a teenager. When you're a teenager, you want to be an adult. When you're an adult, you want to be a cat. I want to be a cat. I wish I could be a cat. All right. With that, we're out. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys.
I'm muting you.